Coming up on this week's show, we'll discuss the recent play of Kevin Durant.
Durant rocking back and scoring again from three.
Take a look at a rockin' New Year's Eve at Chesapeake Arena.
It's been great because, we got last-minute tickets, but we got here, had to do this, become a tradition for us to be here on New Year's Eve and watch the Thunder throw it down. Yeah!
And go grocery shopping with Kendrick Perkins.
And it's another 500 for you. No problem.
It's all coming your way starting right now on Thunder Insider. Well, Happy New Year and welcome to this edition of Thunder Insider. I'm Leslie McCaslin, joined by Matt Pinto and Grant Long this week. Of course, for the Thunder, it was a very successful 2013 already this year. They had the best start at home in Thunder franchise history. Now they head into 2014 with a lot of momentum, and a lot of that, guys, has been because of the play of Kevin Durant, who was named Western Conference Player of the Week yet again after averaging 32 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Grant, let's start with you. What has stood out about Kevin Durant's play the last week or so?
I think he has really bought into the fact that letting the offense dictate his shots, his shot opportunities. He hasn't had to force any issues. And I think when you have a caliber of player as Kevin Durant, you know that he's going to get his shots. But if you notice, he's been very efficient. We've always talked about him being efficient. But he's now letting the ball come to him in his spots that he needs to be effective at, which is the moment he steps across half court. But what I mean by that is he'll cycle through the offense in a half court scenario, pop out to the wing area and take that shot. He'll step into a three-point shot. He'll get to the basket, but all of those things are generated by good ball movement and bodies moving, and he's bought into that. You know what, I don't have to work as hard if I can just walk through this and get a good screen and use it and come off and catch and get a catch and shoot scenario, and that's what he's been thriving on.
I'm going to go a little more 10,000 foot above the floor angle here. There are a few guys that I've seen in the NBA, Grant, that can continue to move the ceiling. He does that every year, almost every week. And he's doing that again because he's putting up mammoth numbers, incorporating everybody around him, and making this team that much tougher to deal with single-handedly. I mean, he brings the torch. He'll pass it if need be, but when he doesn't need to pass it and knows he's got to take it over, he's capable of doing it, and he does it.
It's a real difficult task, I'll be the first to admit it, but he certainly makes it look very easy.
Yeah, he's had 8 games already this season where he's had at least 30 points and 10 rebounds in the same game, 3 in a row. He has taken his play to a whole nother level, and he's starting to fill in a role with Russell Westrook being out right now. So are the rest of the team. Matt, how have you seen some of their roles change as they try to do this, and work around Russell being out?
Well, I think the obvious ones are Reggie Jackson starting, getting more minutes, being looked to navigate and set up teammates. He had a career-high 8 assists in that blowout win against Houston. And then off the bench, Derek Fisher moving from being off the ball to running the offense and having to orchestrate what's going on in the half court. I think those two guys primarily, but Brent, I think everybody recognizes that there's more of a offensive role to be taken with Russ now.
Yeah, and I think also the balance that Reggie Jackson has to have. Now he's into the starting lineup. He's moving and shaking with that group. But then he also has to have in the back of his mind that he's also going to spend time with that second unit, Derek Fisher, Jeremy Lamb, on the floor at the same time. So he's got to play both roles during one single game, and I think that's an adjustment that he's made so far. But then you talk about more minutes, as you mentioned, Matt. Everybody's going to get their minutes extended. When you're accustomed to coming off the bench, you know that there's going to be a window that you're going to play within, and you can give everything that you have, whether you pick up fouls or not. When you're moved into the starting lineup, you don't know how long those minutes are going to be extended. You might go to the bench for a minute and come right back. So you have to kind of not necessarily pace yourself, but you've got to play a different style of basketball so that you're not exhausted by the time the fourth quarter gets there.
And it's a trickle-down effect, not just for Reggie Jackson, but also Derek Fisher, who's been asked to step up. I talked to Jeremy Lamb about this, who said it's really not that different. We've been able to put in the practice time. We've played like this before, so it seems like the team has made a pretty easy transition, and guys have really stepped up.
Yeah, but as a player, everybody wants more minutes. So Jeremy's talking about it's not really a big adjustment because he's getting more minutes. But as a player, like I said, we all want more minutes. And if you can leave a player out on the floor, even Kevin Durant, as much as he is successful on the floor, when Scott Brooks pulls him out for that 2 or 3 minute rest that he gets at the end of the first quarter, Certainly he's not ready to come out because no player is ready to come out. So I think those adjustments that everybody is making and giving them more playing time, I think it fits everybody.
And keep in mind, this is the third time around. I mean, this happened last year in the playoffs, then entering training camp and preseason, and now it's on this team again. So I think they have some experience with it, and as a result of that, it is truly next man up, continue to move forward, and continue to improve.
And the silver lining is this team is getting better and developing in the meantime. Well, for the 6th straight year, the Thunder played on New Year's Eve, and Thunder fans all over the area and at Chesapeake Arena helped us ring in the new year by cheering on their team and, of course, sharing some of their New Year's resolutions.
It's been great because, we got last-minute tickets, but we got here, had to do this, become a tradition for us to be here on New Year's Eve and watch the Thunder throw it down. So we're going to beat Portland tonight. Yeah! Thunder up! Happy New Year! Yeah!
Happy New Year! Thank you. Go Thunder!
We just love the Thunder. We come out. We have season tickets, and so we're just proud to be here.
We brought our family from Missouri out to see the Thunder tonight.
Yeah.
My personal resolution, just to be a better person, I guess, something like that.
Well, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's to buy everybody's birthday presents on time.
Definitely come to more Thunder games. Every Thunder game I can.
To make this year the best year ever.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
I think overall we playing well on the defensive end, trusting each other, having each other back. I think we just putting the focus to just play defense.